Hello YouTube and welcome to Warrior Camping. Now today I've got one Tigris loaded up again and ready to go. I've got a Tom Shoot stove loaded up ready to go. Got a can of tomatoes, a little glass pot there has got herbs and a stock cube in it. Got tomato puree, couple of beers, some spaghetti, a packet of mince, and in there I've got onion, peppers, garlic and some cheese. So today I am doing spaghetti bolognese. Yes, happy days. Warrior is going Italian and doing a delicious spag bowl on a couple of Twig stoves. Now this is only like a basic spag bowl. I'm not going all out doing a right fancy one. This is just an easy camping spag bowl, but it'll still be really tasty. And who doesn't like spag bowl in it? Everyone likes a big bowl of spaghetti bolognese, or most people do. It's definitely one of the favourite dishes here in the UK, innit? Bit of spaghetti bolognese. So I'm just chopping up some onion now. I'll throw that in my wok. I'll chop up a bit more onion as well to put in there because I've got another bit here with me. So I'll chop this bit down as well, so I've got a bit more onion going on in there. Now I'm going to save a little bit of this onion because I've got some sausages that need using. So tonight, before I go to bed, I'm going to have a sausage sandwich with peppers and onions. So I'm going to save a little bit of the peppers and save a little bit of the onions to go with sausages because they need using the sausages, so I need to cook them today. That'd be nice. Bit of onion, bit of pepper, sausage sandwich, lovely, or rolls. So I've got red pepper, yellow pepper, green pepper. So I'm just going to chop them up small, throw them in the wok. That's all I'm doing, nothing fancy today. I will do a right fancy spag bowl another day because you can go all out, putting a lot more stuff in it. But today I'm just doing a basic one, and this will still be a really nice one. Be a really nice spaghetti bolognese as well. Nice easy camping spag bowl. Happy days. So just chop up the yellow pepper, chuck that in the wok. And then I've got a bit of green pepper that I'm going to chop up as well. I'm not sure. There's not much difference in the flavours, is there, between the peppers? I think the red and the yellow ones taste more or less the same. This green one might have a little different bit of a flavour to it. But the red and the yellow, I'm pretty much, they just taste the same, them two. I can't taste the difference. So that's it. It's chopping the pepper up small. And then I've got a clove of garlic that I'm going to throw in there. Nice big clove of garlic. I'll crush that down. I find it easier if you squash it in your hand like that. The skin comes off easier, so you can peel it nice and easy once you've squashed it and then chop it up. Now some people don't like garlic, so you don't have to put garlic in this if you don't like it. I like the garlic, so I'm putting it in. I'm not putting loads in though. Some people might put 2 or 3 cloves of garlic in this because some people really love the taste of the garlic. I just like the garlic as a bit of a background flavour. I never really overload stuff with the garlic. And that big clove there, that's plenty of garlic for me in this. That's enough. So that's it. I've just chopped up the garlic. And then I'll throw that in the wok and then fire up one Tigris and get that lot cooking away. And then I should be doing my spaghetti on the Tom show. That's why I've got that loaded up as well. I just do a little pot full of spaghetti. So that's it, the wok is loaded, so let's fire up one Tigris and get him into action. Now it's nice and warm today, so this thing should go up easy. It normally does, this stove. It's a good Twig stove, this one, so it should go up quite easily today. It is a little bit windy though today. You'll notice that in a minute, I reckon. When they're burning, I reckon they're going to get blown about a bit, because there is a fair bit of wind going on today. Oh, there was up the boot fair anyway, because that's where I've been this morning. I've been tent hunting up the boot fair. And yes, I did find a tent, so I will have one to do on the channel this week. I will have a this week's boot fair tent. Now, it wasn't nothing fancy. It's a tent called what's it called? Outback Sierra Free, I think it's called. Yeah, an Outback. Or Outbound. No, that's it. Outbound Sierra Free. So I'm just putting some water in my pot and I'll fire up Tom's show and then get the water boiling so I can put the spaghetti on. Because it will take a little bit of time to do the old spaghetti. Boil the water first and then put the spaghetti in. So I'll get Tom's shoe lit and then get my pot of water on top of it. And away we go. Boiling the water. Ready to do the spaghetti. Now you could quite easily upscale this up. If you've got 2 or 3 of you out camping and you wanted to do it, just do what I've done, but you'll need a bigger pot for your spaghetti so you can do a bit more. I'm only doing this for me, so there will be quite a bit of spaghetti in this pot for one person. Maybe enough for 2 people, but any more than that you'd want a bigger pot to do more spaghetti. So as you can see there, the old wind is kicking up a bit, blowing the old stoves about, blowing all the smoke everywhere. It's nice and warm today, it's just very windy. It was really windy this morning at the boot fair, it was blowing like a gale. People had all their stalls set up and had like racks of clothes and all that for sale. They was all getting blown across the boot fair. There was people like chasing t-shirts and things where they just getting blown away by the wind. So I'll just give that a little stir, and like all that's in there, onion, peppers and garlic. That is all that is in that wok. So that's all you need to make an easy spag bowl really. Onions, peppers, garlic. If I had them, I'd put mushrooms, loads of different things in a spag bowl. So I will do one another day and I'll do a more like adventurous one. This is just an easy one to cook because I just thought, right, I've got some pepper, I've got some bits, got some mince. I thought, right, I should just do a spag bowl. So that's why that little glass pot I've got, I was ready to do a spag bowl. I've got my little glass pot with me. That has got a few different herbs in it. Basil, parsley, thyme, rosemary, few different herbs in it, and I crumbled a stock cube in there as well. So I've just done all that indoors in that little pot and brought it up, and that'll be, I'll chuck that whole pot in here when it's like nearer cooked at the end, because otherwise I've got to bring up like 4 or 5 different little pots of herbs and all that. So I just like take out what I want and put them in that little glass pot and then bring that with me and it's all ready to go. So they're handy, them little pots. And it's a good one to do, because if you're planning to do something like this spag bowl, like I was, you just mix that up indoors and then it's ready to go in it. You've got one little pot with you and just pour that in and everything you want in it is ready to go in there. So yeah, it's a good one. I do that quite a lot. I don't tend to do it with the curries, like mix all the powders up in a pot like that, because I think with the curries it's better if you add stuff individually as you kind of want it, like build the curry up. I think they get a better flavour rather than just chucking one big pot of all the bits in. But with something like this spag bowl and the herbs and the stock cube and that, just throw it all in together. It makes no odds to the flavour whether you've built it up with little bits or just bunged it all in together. It'll taste exactly the same. But I do think with a curry, you're better to build them up with a little bit of chilli here, a little bit of paprika, a little bit of cayenne pepper, and keep building them. I find it works better with the curry, but with everything else I use that little glass pot. Even if I was doing mashed potato or something, I'd put a bit of milk in that pot, bit of butter, salt and pepper, and then bring that, and when I do the potatoes, it's ready. I'll just pour that in and mash it, it's all ready to go, and it saves me carrying a load of stuff up here. So it's a good little habit to get into. Get yourself a little pot that seals nice, and then put your bits in it. Think, right, on that day I'm going to do that, so I'll do this pot ready for that dish, and it saves you lugging a load of stuff up from like indoors. So I just give that another little stir around, and me onions and peppers and all that. And yeah, like today up the boot fair, tent hunting, there really wasn't much up there today. I did think I wasn't going to find one, because I had done about 90% of the boot fair. I was really hunting as well. I had found nothing. And then quite near the end, I think I just had like, I think it was the third aisle before the end, suddenly, bang, there it was under the table. What's it called? A Outbound Sierra 3. It's got a label on it saying 2-man tent, but it's called the 3. So I don't know if it's a 2-man tent or a 3-man tent. But it was only cheap, so happy days. I've found another tent up the boot fair. So the boot fair finding every week, trying to get a tent up there, is still going strong, because I did get one today. I don't want to sort of go there and not find one, but today I did think, oh, there's nothing here. You know what I mean? If there ain't nothing there, I can't get one. But there was nothing there. There was not even no pop-ups or no anything. Normally there's a ton of them little pop-up things up there, but I didn't see any of them. I didn't find anything today. I did get a few other little bits that I will do in this week's boot fair finds. So I found a couple of other little bits and a tent. So yeah, I had a good day at the boot fair today. I got myself a few bits, but nothing to do with camping. And then again, when I got to the very end of the boot fair, the bloke's always in the same sort of place. I just give that another stir. Bloke's always in the same sort of place, and he had again the big massive tent that no one's bought. It must have been up there about 4 weeks now. Massive great heavy tent all hanging out the bag, and the geezers had it there every week for about 4 weeks now, I reckon. I don't want to buy it, it's too big, and it does look a bit knackered, all hanging out the bag. But that's been there like 4 weeks, I reckon. Definitely 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, the big massive tent. So if I hadn't have found the old Sierra tent, I might have had to have bought the big massive tent to keep the boot fair roll going. If it was the only one there, oh, I don't know though. I might have preferred to have gone without a boot fair tent this week rather than buy that, because I did pick it up the other week when I first found it. It weighs an absolute ton. Just put a little bit more water in there, because I don't think I had enough in there to put the spaghetti in. So I've just added a little bit more water in the pot. Get that boiling away. Give them another stir so my onions and that don't burn. They're all browning up nice. I can smell the old garlic frying away. I like the smell of the fresh garlic when it starts frying and that. It smells really nice, doesn't it? Lovely. And the peppers, that smells really nice. I could eat that like that. Just them peppers, onion with the garlic. That'd be really nice. Have that with a bit of sauce on a bed of rice. That'd be really tasty. But I'm not doing that today. I am going Italian and doing a spaghetti bolognese. Lovely. I'm a fan of the spaghetti bolognese. I do it a lot indoors, but indoors I'd make a massive pot full and have like half one day and then do half the other day, next day. So yeah, and Jess makes a good spag bowl as well. I'll get her to do one day on the channel when she's up here. She does a good spag bowl. Yeah, we do them, and it's nice. Sometimes I do them if I get like load of tomatoes off the bloke next door, or I do grow my own tomatoes. So if I've got a load of tomatoes and I'm like indoors, not a lot going on all day, I will make myself a nice sauce and all that. Do it from scratch with the old spag bowl, and it is a tasty way to do it, innit? But it does take quite a long time to boil all the tomatoes down to get a nice sauce going and all that. And I do it with chicken stock and all that. So normally if I'd had like roast chicken for Sunday dinner and I got a load of tomatoes and that, on the Monday I might go, right, I'll boil them chicken bones, make myself stock and do the tomatoes, make a sauce, get all the old fresh herbs going in it and all that, and I'll make a massive pot of sauce, and then I'll do a few pots of it and freeze some as well, so I've got nice sauce in the freezer ready to go. It's a good one to do, just takes a bit of time that. I will do it another day though. When my old tomatoes are ready in the garden, I'll do a spag bowl from fresh with all the sauce and all that. Really tasty done like that, but just a bit time consuming. But if you're sitting on the campsite and you ain't got a lot going on other than sitting round your tent and cooking, you can do it like that. It doesn't matter if it takes a long time, long as you've got enough twigs to keep it all boiling for ages. Nice big pot to do it in, you can quite easily do it. So I've just put my mince in now, so I'll just chop that up a bit with the end of the old spatula, get the old mince cooking away. And it won't take that long to cook in here, the mince, because that old one tigress, that's kicking out a ton of heat at the bottom of this wok, so it's red hot, this wok, so the mince, it won't take that long to cook. So today, like, finding that tent, what's it called? Outbound Sierra. So I know what the Outbound is, I've heard of it. It's like a cheap brand, isn't it, I think. I have seen them on eBay and that, the Outbound tents. I don't think they're nothing really fancy. But a Sierra 3, I don't know what that is, because I don't really look at the Outbound tents, so I don't know much about them. I've never had one, so it's new to me. So when I see it, it's got it written on the bag, so there weren't no looking through the bag thinking, what is it? It's like on the bag in massive letters. Outbound Sierra 3. So it's in like a green bag. So when I found it, I know I've heard of the make, but I've never had nothing by that make. So we'll see what it's like, innit? Put it up. I do think they're a bit of a budget tent. They're not a fancy high-end tent manufacturer. They're just like a budget tent, I think, the Outbound brand. So now you can see my water's boiling away lovely on the Tom Show. So you want to boil your water up before you put the spaghetti in now. Yeah, so the Outbound brand, I do think it's only cheap. And I didn't pay a lot for the tent, so be alright. See what it is. I paid next to nothing for the tent, so hopefully if it's an alright tent, it's probably a bit of a bargain, because I really didn't pay a lot for it. And the bag looks quite nice condition, and I really would have been happy to have got anything, because I was thinking, I'm not getting a tent here, there's nothing here today. But then there it was, so I would have bought anything. I was quite desperate to get a tent. Well, I might not have bought the big massive tent. I would have if I had the car there and there was nothing else, but where I'd have to carry it back here, I don't think I would have bought that big heavy tent. So I'm having to just snap the spaghetti in half to put it in my pot, because I can't put the full lengths in there. This is only a 750ml pot, so I'm not getting a ton of spaghetti in there, but it will be enough for me. Load it up like that. There's plenty of spaghetti in there for one person, and it does cook alright in this pot. Come out nice. I've done spaghetti in that pot before, so it does come out alright now. Just got to keep it boiling, so you need to keep the Tom Show going with enough heat in it to keep the water boiling away. Same with the old one tigress today. I shall try and keep him going with quite a good flame in there to keep this wok nice and hot, cooking all this lot. So it's looking alright, the old mince and that. It's cooking away. Just give it another stir around. It's browning up nice, the old mince. All cooking away nice, and it smells really nice as well. So I'm looking forward to my dinner. So I do like the old spag bowl. I am definitely a fan. I like loads of Italian food, so I'll do quite a lot of different Italian stuff on the old channel. Because I do like the old carbonaras and that. Make some nice ones of them with these Twig stoves. And like you do the meatballs and that with the spaghetti in it. That's nice. And like lasagna and things, cannelloni. Now I know what you're thinking now. How can you do lasagna or cannelloni on a Twig stove? Well, trust me, you can. You'd be amazed at what you can actually cook on these Twig stoves. If you put your mind to it, you can do most things on these Twig stoves. You really can. There's always a way of sort of doing it. Like, I've been cooking with Twig stoves years and years and years. I really like them. So I've done everything with these Twig stoves. Sometimes stuff you work it out, you can't really do it on a Twig stove, it's too hard. But then I've done other things where you think, oh, let's give it a go. You might be able to do it, innit? And then it comes out really good. So there is a lot of stuff that you wouldn't think you could cook on these stoves, but you can. So you can see there, the old spaghetti's boiling away like a good un. So get an old fork in there and just push that down so them end bits go in, else the bottom bits will all be cooked and the ends won't, they'll still be rock hard. So you need to get it down in the water. It will go down because the bottom's softened up now. So just get a little fork in there, just push it down like that, that's all you need to do, and that'll cook lovely, that spaghetti. And what I would say, if you're doing this, if you've got salt and pepper with you, put salt and pepper in that water with the pasta. It will help season it a bit. I haven't got none with me, so I haven't done it. But if I had pepper or salt with me, I would have put a little bit into that water. Be one of the only things where I would use a little bit of salt, because I don't really use it. I use pepper in stuff, but I don't really put salt in anything. I put it on chips, that's about it really. So I've got about 3/4 of a can of tomatoes there that I've chucked in. The other bit of the tomatoes I had this morning for my breakfast. I had sausage, bacon and tomatoes for breakfast. Now I know that's a bit of a weird breakfast, but it was very tasty and it is what I had with me, so I just cooked it up. So I didn't bother filming it because I thought no one wants to watch some idiot cooking sausage, bacon and tomatoes. That's just not even like a proper meal. So I didn't bother filming it or nothing, but it was very tasty. So I'm just adding a load of tomato puree to this because it'll just give it a nice bit of flavour, innit, the tomato puree. And it'll help with like thickening up the sauce at the end. It'll like thicken up better with a load of puree in there. Help thicken the sauce up. So yeah, it's worth putting the old puree in. But if you haven't got none, don't worry about it. It'll still be fine without that in there. And another little trick you can do to thicken the sauce up a bit is use the water out of the pasta, because that has got starch in it that's boiled out of the spaghetti. So that pasta water will help thicken the sauce. So you can see there, one Tigress is going like a good one. He's got a nice big fat King Edward cigar on the go and he looks really happy, smiling away, cooking the old spag bowl. Tom Shoe's going alright, keeping going nice. As you can see there, the old spag bowl's bubbling away like a good one. Just want to keep it like that, bubbling away a bit. If it dries out a bit, just add a little bit more water to it and keep it bubbling, and that's like bringing all the flavours out while it's doing that. So you want to bubble it for 5 minutes. Although that is sort of cooked, all I'm doing now is like bubbling in it away, and it will bring all the flavours out. It will taste better if you like just keep it bubbling for 5-10 minutes, something like that. It will get nicer flavour because the flavours will come out of everything and all mixed together, so you get a nice delicious spaghetti bolognese. So look there, both stoves going like a good un. Tom Shoe's going like a good un. There's enough flame in there to keep me old spaghetti boiling. You do not need it like blazing when you're just trying to keep water boiling. Just try and keep a nice little flame in there. So if I have a look at the pasta, give it a little stir around. And that's not quite done yet. It's still a little bit firm, so it needs another few minutes on the pasta. But like when you're looking at it, just do what I did. Move it around a little bit. Do not dive right in there. Stir it right up, because it will all stick together and go a bit gloopy if you do that. So just move it about nicely to feel it. And then it should all come out nice at the end. So I'm just going to put my lid back onto that spaghetti for like a couple of minutes, just to get it boiling nice again. Just rest the lid on there, and that'll keep it boiling away nicely. So I just add a little bit more water to that spag bowl just to stop it all boiling dry and keep it simmering away nicely. So that's all you want to do. When it goes dry, just add a little bit of water in there. So let's go back and just check on the pasta again, because I reckon that's pretty much done now, that pasta. Let's have a little feel of it with my little fork. Yeah, that is done really. That is done. That's all you want to do. So that'd be nice, that pasta. So I'm just going to put the lid back on the pot, and then I shall take that off and just stand it on the side for like a minute and just let it carry on cooking in that hot water until I'm ready to serve it. That is done now, that spaghetti. So let's put the lid on, take it off and just stand it on the side. So that is the spaghetti done. The old bolognese is pretty much done really. So that's looking nice. It's been simmering away for a good 5 minutes. Give it another little stir. And that is looking like a really good bolognese. Now, today, this is a controversial one, isn't it? I'm going to put the spaghetti on the plate and put the bolognese on top. Now, I know a lot of people would get the spaghetti now and mix it in with the bolognese, so it's all mixed together. Now, I do it both ways. I like it both ways, but today I'm doing it where it's separate. I'm doing the spaghetti first on the plate, and then I'll put bolognese on top. Another time when I do it, I will do it the other way and mix it all together. Because some people do it that way, some people do it this way, innit? I do it both ways, depending on how I fancy it. But today, I'm going to do it separate. So I've got a nice little bit of cheese with me, extra mature cheddar. I know you should have parmesan, but I haven't got none. I'm just using extra mature cheddar, which is nice, isn't it? And I haven't got a grater with me, so I'm just going to chop it up into small little chunks and bung it on top at the end. And it'll still be good like this, and it will melt down and give you a nice cheesy topping to the delicious bolognese. So that's my cheese chopped up, so I'll just move everything out of the way, make a little bit of room, and then get my little trusty camping plate down and start loading it up. Let's just move all that lot out of the way, get rid of the rubbish, and then I just need to drain the water out of my pasta before I put it onto the plate. So that's what I'm going to do now, just pour the little bit of water. There's only a tiny bit of water still in this pasta. Just pour that tiny little bit of water out, and then I shall put the pasta onto the plate. See the old bolognese looking lovely. It's thickened up nice. Nice bit of sauce. Yeah, that'll be really tasty. So let's see how my spaghetti's done. Yeah, look at that, see, nice load of spaghetti. See, it's surprising how much spaghetti you can get in this little pot, really. That is a proper big plate full of spaghetti. And that's only a little 750ml pot. And you probably could get more in that if you wanted to. That wasn't loaded right up with as much as I could fit in there. It was quite loaded, but you could get more in there if you wanted. But that is enough there for me. There is enough spaghetti there for one person. Time I put this bolognese on top and all that cheese, there will be enough here to fill up even the greediest of Italian campers. So it will be. There'll be a load here for one person. This would probably do 2 normal people, but I'm a bit greedy, so I'll eat this lot on my own, no problem. And if I was indoors, I'd have it like this, but probably have like a bowl of chips on the side with it, and some bread. Nice garlic bread with it, and a bowl of chips. Yeah, that'd be a proper feast. So I just put my cheese on the top, chuck all the cheese on. And that's what I'm saying, that's still going to melt down into that sauce. That sauce is so hot, it won't take long for this cheese to start melting into it. So it doesn't matter, I haven't grated it, it'll still all melt in and be very, very tasty. So there you go, that's it. That is my delicious Italian spaghetti bolognese, warrior style. So yeah, look, I'm spinning the plate again, Jeff. Just for you, Jeff, spinning it again, 'cause it does make the flavours all come out of the food and does make it taste a lot better. So I'm giving my Italian feast a proper big thumbs up, because that looks really tasty and it was easy to cook. Alright, it took a little bit of time, but there wasn't a lot to it, and that looks better now. Look, you put a beer with that, I'll give that another thumbs up. Italian feast and a nice English beer. Happy days. Hold on, let's go again. There you go, that is even better. Italian feast and 2 English beers. Happy days, that is my kind of Sunday afternoon dinner. Lovely. So let's spin the plate once more, just to get the last bit of flavour out of my lovely Italian feast. So, happy days, Jeff. I'm spinning it again, mate. So there you go, that was my Italian feast, cooked on 2 Twig stoves. Now you've seen me do it, go on, fire up your Twig stoves, get out in the garden and cook yourself a delicious Italian feast. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe so you can join me again, see what I'm doing, cooking, pitching or buying. So I'm off now to sit and eat my lovely big Italian feast and drink my lovely English beers. So let's go. Ah, Monsieur Warrior, you make it just like a mama used to make. Shh. We'll keep this between us. Yeah, alright, mate. Do you want a beer? No, I do not drink the English muck. Have you not got a Peroni? Nah, mate, I don't drink that Peroni. That stuff tastes like beer.